good morning, friends. It's Tracey from Tracey and Dinkle and Doinkle, Boris and Magda from Tea Time with Tracey and all my friends. I'm doing my September TBR. This is the middle of August. This summer has been whackers crackers here in Nova Scotia. There's a huge fire ban and it's so hot and dry and brittle, and a lot of things going on. I'm having family come for the next couple of weeks. I didn't do any readathons this month, and I know that there's some good ones coming up in September, but I can't wrap my mind around those right now, so I'm just going to do a normal TBR. And if I feel like I have the gumption to take part in a readathon next month, closer to the end of the month, I will do so. But as of right now, I just don't got that in me. I did make a list for my fall TBR, so I do know the books that I want to read, like the 10 books I pick for each season. So I might try to get one of those on, because the official day of fall starts September 22nd. I know a lot of people, it depends on where you live in the world, but for here in Nova Scotia, the first day of fall is September 22nd. Even though it feels like fall once the kids go back to school in September. Whatever. Anyways, I'm doing Deck of TBR. I'm doing it in a different location because upstairs I'm exporting a different video for a different channel, and it makes a lot of noise. There's a punching bag. My house is asleep. I'm sitting on the floor, and yeah, we're gonna do this. I got inspiration for this game from Bekah, from Bekah Books and Bujo. I will put her information down below. Wonderful lady. She does this game almost every month. And I smell smoke. Like wood fire, maybe because I'm talking about fall. Yeah, anyways. It's basically you shuffle. I have a deck of cards in here. Here, I bought these Alice in Wonderland ones. I used them for the first time last month. Anyways, you shuffle, you take one out. Say, take one out. Example, a queen. Queen, I would go over here. Boris pick, but now that we have Magda, it would be Magda's turn to pick. Let's do another one, just an example, because those ones are more challenges, the face cards. The number cards are more of just prompts. And then over here, I have beefcake on there, but it's going to be one of my yearly TBR challenges. Beefcake is one, say a 10 of spades. So I go down to 10 and over to spades. Great first sentence. So that's basically what it is. And then I take the prompt off. I put the prompt in the little honey jar. I take a new prompt out of the big honey jar and put it back on the board. And I keep track of my tallies of if I get 3 of the same number or 3 of the same suit. I think that's what it was. I'll do the number. I have to draw another card, but I'm doing 10 pulls. Not that I'll read them all. I still have, I think, 4 books left to read for August, which isn't too bad. But I do have a list here of books left on my summer TBR. Balance by Lucia Franco. This is the first book in the Off Balance, I think, series. I have the whole series. I am already halfway through this book. This is on my Beefcake book too. This is 588 pages, put out in 2016. This is the last book in the Earth Children series. Land of the Painted Caves. There's 6 books in this series. This wasn't on my summer TBR, I don't think, but I want to try to get to it in September, so it wraps up another series. But Jean Emall, the Clan of the Cave Bear series, this is the last book, and I can get the audio on Everand. This is a big book too. They're all big books. Yeah, this is over 800 pages. So I'd be glad to have an audiobook. Anyways, one that was on my summer TBR was Train Spotting, but I learned Scab Boys is the first in a series. I didn't even know it was a series. So I'm replacing Train Spotting and put Skag Boys. It has the same characters, Renton, Spud, Sick Boy, and Digby by Irving Welsh. This one. So, yeah. Like, before Train Spotting came Skag Boy. I think it's them turning into the heroin addiction shenanigan people. I don't know. And then this one I did listen to this month. Wasn't on any of my TBRs, but it's a big book too. And I cashed in one of my credits because I really wanted to something to switch up from the genres and things that I was reading. So this one I'm going to mark off. I just finished it. A Russian Mafia romance. This is book one in a duet. I didn't know it was in a duet. So I would like to get the second book eventually. So I'm going to try to squeeze these on with my game. If not, I'm still going to try to get these ones in. My goodness, I have no fire in my house. But I smell fire. Fire. That's not good. Anyways, I'm going to shuffle these cards. We're going to do this quick. I haven't done a proper wrap-up for any, I don't think in June or July or August. I'm going to try to do, I know wrap-up, I don't really care, you know, what videos are popular and what aren't. This is for my own, you know, just to see, so I remember in 10 years, what did I read back in whatever. I am keeping track in a spreadsheet these days, but I'm kind of a noob when it comes to spreadsheets. So anyways, I will do some sort of a quick wrap up at some point, but 6 of clubs. Okay. 6 clubs. Kindle. I know what I want to read for this because I made a list of potential ends of series that I wanted to wrap up in September. One is by Michae, and it's Luna's Secret Baby. It's a shifter one I read on a whim one time. Where is it? Monthly TBRs. It's not on there. It's like 200 and some pages. I remember the first book. I'll put a picture of it here. But it was, let me just think. I read it a while ago. This young girl, I forget names, young girl, she's in a family of shifters. Nobody in the family likes her and treats her like crap. And they abandon her at one point because I think she's an Omega. No, I don't think it's Omega. But she is some sort of a special shifter. Or she can't shift. That's what it is. She can't shift. Oh, for goodness sakes. I sound like I haven't even read the book. I did. She can't shift even though she's a shifter. So they treat her like an outcast, like crap, beat her, abuse her, everything. Anyways, the alphas or like other shifter packs hunt down these kind of shifters that can't shift or, you know, that sort of thing. So the family abandon her in hopes of them getting away. They'll go after this daughter that they don't like. Anyways, the pack find her, and the head alpha of that pack decides not to kill her because there's some kind of inkling in him that will bring her back home. And he recognizes her as his mate, but he's already betrothed to another person in the pack. And he treats her like crap at first and said, no, you will just be in my house and service me, and I'm still gonna go marry this other person because she's supposed to be the Luna of the pack. It's like rejected mate thing. And anyways, eventually she escapes, and it goes a couple of years, I believe, and there's more details, but turns out, yeah, he realizes the biggest mistake of his life. He still goes ahead and marries this fake mate Luna person who's a snobby beach ball. And anyways, that's the first book. They end up, you know, crossing paths at an unexpected place, and he vows to never let her go. Anyways, the second book, it's 200 and some pages, and that's on my Kindle. That's a long story for Kindle. So that was 6 of clubs. I'm going to put one down. I'm putting this in here and here. They're all stuck together. I'm grabbing the one that my wilderness, any kind of wilderness on the cover or in the story or anything like that. Anyway, I'm putting this back in here. I always try to make these videos shorter, but whatever, it's fine. I'm just shuffling. Yeah, there's still 2 weeks left in August, and everything is overwhelming, and I can handle it, but when I have a wrinkle in time when everybody in my house is asleep except me and my pups, I'm going to do something like this. I'm not reading any of these books because I still have books, August books to read, but I will know what I'm doing. Ace. Play your TBR. It's How You Train Your Dragon, aka Gavin Reads It All. He has this game. I'll show you. We gotta get set up. Actually, it's not too bad to get set up. So basically what it is, you pick 2 books, one that you really want to read, and one that is not as big a priority. So I really want to read this one because that will wrap up a series. And this series is near and dear to my heart because it was my mom's favorite series and I had never read it before. So I've read the first 5 books this year so far. Me and my sister are doing this. And it was my mom's favorite series as far as I know. And I'd like to do that one. This one, I've come to realize sports romance aren't my biggest thing. They're hit and miss with me. This is a gymnastics sports romance, and I have all the books, so I do plan on reading them. And it's the beginning of a series. I want to try to focus on wrapping up series in September, not necessarily starting. This one would be starting, but it's replacing something on my summer TBR. I'd be okay with reading this, but I would rather read this, okay? You picking up what I'm laying down? Oh, God. All right, there. So I'm putting this back in, and I think it's 4 cards. Aces are low, I believe. I think. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got to turn 1, the 6 of diamonds. The suit doesn't matter, it's the number. So I need to pick whether this card is going to be higher or lower than 6. And if I'm right, I can go on to the next card. If I'm wrong, then I got to read the book that is not as big a priority. So I'm going to say higher than 6, but you never know. Queen. Ooh, I'm going to say lower because that's quite a high up face card. You can't really see that, the shine. It's a queen. All right, all right, all right, all right. So I'm going to say lower. Oh. And a 6. Excellent. This is the make or break it. I'm going to say higher. Higher than 6 because I think there's more ahead of 6 than behind 6. Oh, I lost. It was too good to be true. That's okay, because I do want to read Balance. I just wanted to read that one more. That was so close. So close. That's okay. So this one is about Kova. The guy's name is, I forget what the girl's name is. She wants to go to the Olympics. It's a taboo romance, age gap romance. He's the coach. She's the gymnast. That's about all I know. And there's 4 or 5 books in the series, and I have them all. Oh, hey, it's Michae. Loves this series. And anyways, I'm going to try it. I'm going to read it. And yeah, so that's book number 2. Let's see if I can get this on at a different thing. Okay. Okay. 2 of spades. 2. First in a series. For crying out loud. Oh, well. This. Skyboy. I was going to say balance was a first in a series. But this is the first in a series. And that's what I'm going to do. Mark Renton has it all. He's good looking. Mark Renton's the character, if you watch the Trainspotting movies, he's Ewan McGregor. He's good looking, young, with a pretty girlfriend and bright future, but there's no room for him in the 1980s, and when his family starts to fracture, Mark's life swings out of control, in the way of heroin. It's no better for his friends. Spud Murphy, Spud's the one that shit in his one night stand's bed, is laid off from his job. Tommy Lawrence finds himself sucked into the life of petty crime, violence in a world of psychotic Frank Begby. Begby, I forget what his real name is, but he's a fabulous character. Only Sick Boy seems to ride the current, scamming and hustling his way through it all. And that, oh, I forget what his name is, but he's handsome. Hustling his way through it all. Exhilarating and moving, Skyboys charts their journey from likely lads to young addicts in a decade which changed Britain forever. So that's the first in a series. And that was 2 of spades. Okay. All right. Well, I got 2 of those books on. No. Yes. Yes, I did. I know why I smell smoke. There's wildfires going on, not right in our neighborhood, but over an hour away. We're probably getting the smell of the smoke. Like there's mandatory evacuations and everything. Scary. We get those alerts on our phone. Scary, scary. 2 of hearts. That's a 2. I got 2 2s. What was that last one? Was that a 2 of hearts that I got? I put it back in already. Did I get... And I didn't take first in a series off. Did I get 2 of hearts last time? Or did I just think that? Oh my gosh. When I go to edit, there's always some stupid mistake that I do. I need to put this back up there, so I put this up. Post-apocalypse. So, well, I might as well take it off because that's the one I got. Post-apocalypse for 2 of hearts. All right. I gotta go see. Okay, I think I'm gonna push a book that's from August into September. It's Cold Brook by Tim Levin. Hey, leave it. It's a sci-fi horror that there's this laboratory in the Appalachian Mountains, and they either dig so deep or open a different dimension or something like that, and it just ravaged the whole world. So people are walking around, but they're all dead like zombies. And the only way to solve or like fix everybody is to find a certain person that has a genetic mutation or something like that. But it's a secret facility of probably governmental shenanigans, and it might not be the apocalypse, but the world is ruined and they're just trying to save the world. So I'm just gonna say that, and it takes a little stress off me. This, you might be able to, I forget, there's no audio for this. I think it's on Kindle. I don't know. Not Kindle Unlimited. But this was on my beef cake, I think. It was put out in 2014. It's 509 pages. And it just alleviates a little stress for me this month. That in September, all the kids will go back to school. All my family and stuff will be back to where they go. I'm very excited for this month, but it's a lot. So that's 4 books. If I get another 2, I'm going to have to do another one. All right. Oh, I didn't put one on there. Not very good at this. I still haven't got a hang of this. Oh, mostly blue cover. Okay. That's another 2. That's 3 2s. So 2 of diamonds. So diamonds, 2 combines 2 prompts. Okay. Well, I'm gonna draw 2 cards that will pick 2 prompts, but I'm not gonna take the prompts off the board. I don't think. No. So, no, that one won't work. Because that's a face card. A 10 of clubs. So 10 of clubs is a vampire romance. And a 5 of spades. A bleak vampire romance. Let me see. Okay, I know what I'm going to pick. It's not your typical romance, and I do have the physical paperback book, but it's in my bedroom and my husband's asleep, and I don't want to go in there because all of this. It's Interview with the Vampire by Anne Rice. It's the beginning of a series. I read that book when I was a teenager. I know the gist of the story. I've seen the movie. I know there's a new show of like the Vampire Lestat. I've never seen that, but anyways, this follows Louis, who's being interviewed by a reporter, and Louis, who in the movie is played by Brad Pitt, is recounting his time turning into a vampire and his relationship with Claudia and his relationship with Lestat. So it's not like a vampire romance, but it's a vampire romance between different types of relationships. A brotherly best friend, enemy, caretaker. It's a heartbreaking, kind of bleak. That's the best I could do. So, Interview with the Vampire. Again, I do have the paperback. It's up in my bedroom. And I don't want to go and disturb his beauty rest. So, combines 2 prompts. That's pretty cool. That's the first time I ever got that. I'm going to put all of those cards back in. So I put that back in, or into the little honey pot. There's another duet that I would like to get on my, it's not on my fall TBR. If not, I'll do it for, it's a Karina Halley, Hollow and Legend. Sleepy Hollow retelling. I'd like to do that. Won a Pulitzer Prize. All right. So I'm putting the 2 of diamonds and the 5 and 10 back in here. So that combined 2 prompts. And I left, yeah, like since it was just combined, I could have took those off, but yeah. 3 of clubs. 3, ugly cover. All right. Ugly cover. It's very subjective. Just a minute. All right. I have a hard time picking ugly covers. Like covers I don't like is like cartoon covers. I don't like those unless it's like a child's book. I'm going to pick this one. It's not terrible, but it's not like the old style things. And this is the next book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series I have to read. I know for my fall list, which will be posted the beginning part of September, I put The Chosen, not realizing this goes next after The Beast. I realized that after the fact that when I made the video. So it's not the best cover in the series. The Beast cover was nice. I really like that. Here's a picture of that. So I'm going to pick this one. This is in the Black Dagger Brotherhood's like world. So there's the Black Dagger Brotherhood, and then there's the Black Dagger Legacy, which is like the next generation, but it still is in the world, and you do still see like the main Black Dagger Brotherhood characters. But this is the next generation, kind of in training to become one of the enforcers. So this one, that's what I'm going to do. Yeah. You'll have to just suck a lemon if you don't agree with me, but whatever. I'm putting this back in, or in the little one. I hear my husband upstairs walking around now, so if he comes downstairs, I'm going to have to go upstairs because, yeah. He doesn't mind me filming, of course. I mean, whatever, but I just like to, you know, fantasy. Now that could be fantasy horror, fantasy romance, fantasy anything. I'm not the biggest fantasy reader. Not that I mind fantasy. I've just never been like those epic fantasies. They intimidate me, for one, and I don't know. I've just never... I'm more of a horror. I lean with, you know, anything. I like fantasy romance, like paranormal stuff. I don't know. Did I write that down? Fantasy. 2 of clubs. Yeah. That's right. Okay. 9 of spades. 9. An audiobook. All right. That's what I'm talking about, Magda. Let me check my library. No, actually, I don't have to check my library. This one, because like I said, I could get this on Everand. It's a very long audiobook, but 828 pages. But that will wrap up a giant series for me, and it's not that I'm like, oh, let's just get it done, hurry up, I want to be done with this. That's not it at all. It's just been a couple of months in between me finishing the last book, and I don't want to go that far away from it that I forget stuff. So, yeah, that's good. Putting this in here. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11. I need 3 more. Sometimes I do the wheel for my 20 and 25. I write a lot of those, or different things. A 4-word title. I'm just doing, well, 11 draws and be done with. And then later on, if I feel like I have the mind capacity to organize, because there's some doozies of readathons coming up in September. I just don't have it in me to organize and all that stuff. 4 of clubs for a sci-fi. All right. I'd like a sci-fi horror because I read horror all year round, but I'm just going to check. Oh, all right, guys, I'm at the other location. All hell broke loose, so I finally picked a sci-fi. I forgot to check my audio thing. I'm going to do Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. I'm not the biggest sci-fi reader. Not that I have anything against it, but I've been slowly collecting sci-fi books, like some Brandon Sanderson, some other ones. So this isn't a horror, but it's like a space astronaut. I just read the little blurb. This character, he wakes up in space, like he must have been put into a deep sleep to get to someplace. He wakes up, all the crew that he was with is dead, and he's on a mission to save. He has to do something, otherwise Earth will perish, but he can't remember who he is and what he's supposed to do or anything, and it's like a isolated setting, I'm assuming, but being an astronaut, I'm assuming you're a scientist. So that's going to be my sci-fi. Anyways, did I write that down? Yes, I did. Okay, so that goes in here. This goes back in here. Now, how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. So 2 more. Do you want to come through, Boris? Oh. That's not very good, but it'll have to do. Oh, I need to put another one up there. Seasonal. That's always a good one. Queen. Oh, Boris and Magda. It's Magda's turn. It's Magda's turn. How am I going to do this? My word. Oh my gosh. So, yeah, Boris or Magda. I'll pick 3 books and she'll pick whatever one. I put a treat on all of them, and whatever one she eats first, I read. All right, Magda's still upstairs, but Boris is down here. He's a Velcro dog. Anyways, this is the first book in the... It's like a Sleepy Hollow, a Gothic Shade of Romance, Book 1, Karina Halley. I've read a couple different series of hers, and I really like them. There's a bit of spice, but it's not all spice. Anyways, that's the first book. It's a duet. The Ritual is on my fall TBR. So I'd like to at least read 1 or 2 of my fall TBR books in September. Adam Neville, I read No One Gets Out Alive by him, and I really liked it. And this is a movie. I'd like to read it and watch the movie. So, yeah, it's a group of friends camping in the Scandinavian wilderness. And I don't know. Is it Blair Witchy? I have no idea. And this is on my fall TBR. This is not. That's just something I want to read. Christopher Golden, I read The Eret and Road of Bones by him. This All Hallows. It follows a group of kids, oddball kids, on Halloween night, and they're being chased by the Cunning Man. I'm not sure if it's like Slender Man, and I'm really not sure. But his books aren't very long, really, and they're always a good time. So I'd be fine with either one of these, but... Are you ready to pick, Boris? Let me get some treats. Yeah, generally, Magda's never had a turn picking, but she's upstairs doing her whatever she's doing, so Boris is always glad to assist. So I just broke a little dentist stick into 3. He knows. Just wait. Yeah, you just wait. No. Sit. Stay. No. Stay. No. Stay, Boris. Get. All right, let me get this on here. You're doing it wrong. Come over here. All right. All right, go pick one. Okay. He doesn't know what I'm doing. All right. Have at her. All right. You can have them all. Let me wipe that off. I guess I'll be starting that, which is good because I wanted to, and it's the perfect time of year for it. There you go. Excellent. Okay, this one. I'm not going to read it all, but, well, I don't want to read it at all. All I know is it's a Sleepy Hollow retelling romance. I don't know if it's vampires. Like, I've read other ones where hers are vampire ones. Blood Orange, and one was a Dracula kind of retelling. One was, I don't know. I've read 5 or 6 of her books. But I have the duet of this, and I've been saving it for this time of year. And September is a great time to do it, so I'm excited. I also got my copy of Interview with a Vampire. This is the original book that I read way back when I was a teenager too. Like, I've kept it all these years. So there. All right. All right, where's my pen? For crying out loud. Okay, I have one more to do. So that goes in. I don't need to take anything on or put on the board or anything because it's one of these. Good pick, Boris. Thank you very much. I would have been happy with any of them though, really. It's just, I'd rather read a Sleepy Hollow retelling in fall than in spring, but whatever. All right. A Joker. That's the first time I got a Joker. Okay, I'm going to pick one of my TBR wheels. Like, I have it as beefcake. I do have beefcake wheel, but it'll be one of my yearly wheels, and we'll pick something off of that. That's exciting. That's my very first Joker I've got this whole time I've used this game. All right, friends, let me get the screen recording. Screen capture. Just a minute. All right. All right, guys, let's shuffle this. Shuffle. Oh, yes, Link. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Let's make it big. And let's spin it. Spin. We'll see what it is. I'm just looking at my Chromebook now. The hardest reading challenge I'll ever do. This is a year-long challenge. It started in July 7th, put on by Qwordy. Here's a picture of her channel and stuff. I'll make sure I link her down below. I forget if I have a wheel for that. Okay, yes, I do have a wheel. So, let's shuffle this. I think it's recording. Yes, it is. Shuffle. Yes, link. Yes. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Let's make it big. And spin. TBR game challenge. I've already completed that one. I did it for Bekah books and Bujo. I got to take that off the wheel. I read Stay Awake and I forget what else, but I've done that one. So let me spin it again. But I got to remember to take that off the wheel. There was 4 or 5 books for that. I've already read them. Become an avatar. Okay. I'm 8. Okay. Let me find that. Okay, I have the Become an Avatar page up. So you can see here, Become an Avatar. So I could do Water, Earth, Fire, and Air. I've already read Sea of Ruin. I've already read The Shelter in the Stone. I could do Ruthless Creatures by J.T. Geisner. That's the beginning of a series. The Moonflower, I think that's a literary fiction. I have it on audio. By Abigail Rose Marie. Or I could do these ones. I've already read Does It Hurt? The Right Move is for Air. That's a sports romance. Earth, Don't Let the Forest In. I have read that book. That's a horror, YA, queer book. It was good. Or I could read Ronald Melfi's Black Mouth. I have that on audio. I think I'm leaning towards that one because it's fire. I had to pick something with fire on the cover. And you could, if you can see it, there's lightning striking. And to me, that's friggin' fire. Or I can start a fire. So I'm going to go with Ronald Melfi's. I think that's what I'm going to do. Black Mouth. I can't even remember what that's about. Okay, I'm just looking up the synopsis. A group of friends return to their hometown to confront a nightmare they first stumbled on as teenagers in this mesmerizing odyssey of terror, an atmospheric, haunting page-turning from the best-selling author of Come to Me. There's more to the synopsis, but I'm not going to read it all. There's 448 pages. I've read Bone White by him, and I've read December Park by him, and I like both of them. I have a couple other of his books, but I haven't read them yet. But I have this, Black Mouth, in audio. So I'm going to do that. Seems like it's just a group of kids that grew up and came back to their small town. And I don't know if it's supernatural or if it's thriller. His other books, it's hard to explain. They're right on the cusp of genre blending. Anyways, that's my last book as of now. So let me gather them all up. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. I'm just using this as a place marker, but I love this book. And the December Park one is more of a, well, it's a horror, but coming of age. Just a minute. Coming of age horror, which I love. I would say it's probably my favorite kind of horror when it's done right. So I'm just putting that there, but I'll have them facing out, or that one. And I have just another book on the bottom to represent the Andy Weir Project Hail Mary. You know what I mean? So let me just see. I'm just trying to get a thumbnail sort of thing. So there. There's the J.R. Ward one, Blood Vow, Interview with the Vampire, Land of the Painted Caves by Jean M. All, Colebrook by Tim Levin, Skagboy by Irving Welsh, Balance by Lucia Franco, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, and Black Mouth by Ronald Melfi. So, a lot of horror. There's one romance like that. Karina Halley one will be kind of romancy, so will the J.R. Ward one, and so will the Balance one. So yeah, it's a good mix. The Jean M. All one will be kind of like historical fiction, like very prehistoric fiction, and yeah, so I'm happy with this. I'm not going to read any of these books until September because I still got a dump truck full to read this month. Not really, but like 4 or 5 books to read, and I got a lot going on. Anyways, I'm going to say peace, love, and happiness today and every single day. Please like, share, and subscribe if you so choose, but if not, that's okay too. I still love you. I still want all the happiness in the world for each and every one of you out there. I certainly do. I really, really honest and truly do. Yes, I do. So, okay guys, with that I'm going to say have a good night or have a good morning, and I will see you next time. Bye.